I would rather go to the nearest highway and play in traffic than to ever work a job where I am only paid $2 an hour and the rest of my livelihood is based on everyone else's courtesy for likely a multi-million-dollar or even billion-dollar company. I did that when I was like around 17, 18, and I don't even want to get into the ethics of working a job like that anyway and the people that you come across. But I just want to stick to the fact that I was always broke. No matter how well I did the job, I was always broke. I would get paychecks for like $7 because, you know, I got tips. The type of people that worked there, I'm starting to feel like they kind of lied about the type of tips that I was bringing in because I wasn't bringing in a lot, and I think they were lying. It was a very shady place of work. Between subscription and tipping culture, things are getting way out of hand. We'll start with tipping culture, and I just want to preface this by saying, obviously, like I said in the beginning, I used to be a waitress. I was a die-hard, you need to tip type of person for the longest time. Until I got out of that type of industry and started working in different type of jobs, I now have a different point of view. Because what do you mean? Do I want to tip at a froyo spot? It's self-serve. What do you mean? I put my own ice cream in my own bowl. What do you mean if I want to tip? The answer is no, and it's going to be no tomorrow and the next day. But let me take a step back here and say that it's really a problem in the U.S. because I've done my research before I started this video and realized that tipping in other countries can be seen as rude and disrespectful. People even expect you to tip even if the service is ass. Like, that's where you lost me. And what's crazy is that I haven't been to a restaurant yet in my lifetime where I felt like the service was immaculate. It was mid at best. It was expected at best. Like, I haven't had any place where it was just been above and beyond and oh my god, they deserve 50% tip. Whatever. It's never been that. Have I given it to them? Yes, because you know I do want people to be able to put food on the table at home. Why is it that I have the same Coke that I started with when you asked me what my drink is going to be empty at this point at the end when you bring me my bill and I never got a refill? Like, and you still want your 20% tip off of that? No, you ain't getting it out of me. And then on the other side of the spectrum, when you go to places where they are doing it, they are making it, but it's kind of like their job to make it. Like, why am I going to Starbucks and y'all turning that little ugly ass screen around, pointing it at me, asking me if I want to leave a tip? No, I don't want to leave a damn tip. Make my macchiato and keep it quick. This is your job. I mean, oh my God. I sound like a Karen. Oh, and I sound so like entitled when I say that, but it's like, it is your job. Like, say for instance, you go to the hospital and the nurse has to wipe your ass. Okay, great. Are they going to then tell you to give them a 20% tip to wipe? Like, it's your job, man. What are you talking about?
Super hard take that's going to break American internet. Why are people getting shamed for not wanting to tip? Hear me out. The argument from waiters and waitresses. It's very physically and emotionally demanding. Isn't every job? By this logic, I should be tipping everything. When I buy a car, I gotta tip the salesman after spending $22,000 because I pay cash. Oh, buy a new house? Don't forget to tip the realtor. How much was the house? $600,000? Always do 20%. It's emotionally demanding. I was in sales. I would know. And then there's the other end of the spectrum. Well, if you don't tip, then stay home. If I stay home, you don't get paid. You don't have a job. Look, if I want to tip, I'll do out of my desire. But no one's going to make me feel bad that somebody with a horrible or average attitude is going to be taking my money for zero reason at all. If I decide to tip, that's a blessing. Be thankful. If you're not thankful, you're someone who doesn't deserve any tips at all, period.
While y'all are here, please list down below places that y'all have been asked for tips and it seems unethical.
Unpopular opinion. If you don't have money to tip, don't come out. I know some of y'all are like, oh my god, tipping is so weird. I know it is, but it's here to stay in the US. It's not going anywhere. Go to McDonald's. You can get a lot of food at McDonald's.
But then the question lies with people that have a little bit more empathy than I may have at this point in life. And I know I'm going to sound like a Karen again when I ask this. With all of that being said, you feel like people should tip you. Why don't you, and I know y'all hate when people say this, get another job? Oh my God, that sounds horrible. I know that sounds so horrible, but let's be realistic. When you have to fight and chase people outside and you got to really be snarky and leave people rude comments and try to make a point about them not tipping, like at this point, it's time to find something else. It's time to go on Indeed and it's time to find something else because you're losing yourself.
Like, I really don't have any cash, but a tip is an option.
Correct. And so that's what I'm saying. If my services were good enough, hopefully it was, then, I would be deserving of a tip for you tonight.
I get it, but who really comes outside and asks you for a tip though. I'm just saying though. Like I work off tips every day though.
Really?
You know, I do. I work off tips every day. Only reason I didn't tip is because I didn't have any cash.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I have Cash App as well because everyone doesn't carry Cash App.
Oh, well, if you got Cash App, I can send it to you. But I don't normally. Like, what people need to understand is a tip is like an option. It's not. It's not something that you have to do. You
Correct.
get what
I
I'm
mean,
saying?
usually it's just the right thing to do.
Yeah, I mean,
Especially when somebody's serving you and they're working hard, you know.
yeah, but I get it. I
Especially
do
in your
hear.
profession, I'm sure you understand.
Everybody doesn't tip me though.
They should.
Everybody doesn't tip
So
me
that's
though.
our job to like enlighten people, like the importance of tipping.
I know the importance of tipping, but I don't have to tip all the time though.
Places where I feel is appropriate to tip and maybe tip a little more than you usually would be, it has to be DoorDash. It has to be people that get out of their house and drive to get your big bag some food and then bring it to your house too. I think with that amount of effort, I think that they deserve a good amount of tipping. My big bag ass don't want to go out and get it, so they bring it to me. And I'm always going to tip well for that. You know what I mean? Like, you left your house at wee hours of the day or the night to bring me the things that I ordered. Like, that is actually so sweet of you. Now, you Froyo people and you Starbucks people, you're pushing it. And y'all, I got to tell y'all about that time I went to Vegas and those showgirls took pictures with them. I didn't know. See, I was a tourist. You know, I didn't do my research. You take pictures with them, they're going to try to bully you into tipping them. And then after that, I was about to walk away. They were like, oh yeah, by the way, and we're usually like $40 a girl. No, like they wanted me to tip them $40 a piece. Josh had to talk me out of that one. He gave him $5 and said split it. And that was that. One thing about me, y'all not about to guilt trip me into tipping y'all, okay? I don't care how much you look sad and I look sad, woe is me, and please hit the number here. And then sometimes they make it so hard to figure out how to get out of the tipping thing. Like it'll be a little X at the top of the screen or something very small, like no tip at the very, very bottom.
Be careful of this bullshit restaurants are trying to play now. They are now covering up their no tip option on their credit card readers, ultimately forcing you to leave them a tip. And listen, man, I respect everyone working in the service industry, but come on. Tipping culture has gotten so insanely out of control. The number one rule that I have and that everybody else should have too is that if I'm standing, I am not tipping. I am paying you for a product, and within that product, your boss pays you to do your job, which is make that product. Like let's say a coffee or a sandwich shop, for example. That is your job. You are getting paid to do that. Now, on the other hand, if you are doing something for me, if you are providing service for me, that is a different story. If you have to come over to my table and ask how I'm doing, how the food is, give me water, give me whatever, then I will tip you. But if I walk into a coffee shop and all I want is a nice coffee, I'm not tipping you. And now that I'm thinking about it, the only exception to the standing rule is if I'm in a bar. But of course, everyone knows the real reason why you tip in a bar. It's not for exceptional service. It's for service itself. But there's no way I can be alone on this. And this move here, that's total bullshit.
Some people be feeling all pressured and, sad or like feeling like they have to put at least $1 in. Nope, zero. It's going to be zero every time. If I feel like it, I'm at a cookie shop. Hand me my damn cookies. I'm not adding no tip for you to take the cookies out of the glass and give it to me. I'm not doing that. Now let's get on the topic of subscription services. I think this is what grinds my gears the most. Something clicked in me one day. Something clicked in me when I bought my Ring doorbell camera and I set it up and I thought everything was good. I get an email later that month telling me your 14-day trial is almost up. After that, you have to pay $4.99 for the Ring doorbell to work. And I think at that moment, it just flipped something in my brain. I remember going to my fiance and I was just like, this is so stupid. What are they talking about? $4 a month? And I know that make me sound broke, but it wasn't about the money. It was the fact that I had to pay for something I had already paid for. Like I paid for the camera to do what it has to do. Why am I paying $5 a month for it to literally do what I thought it would do when I bought it? And I remember reading one time or hearing a video about someone bought a printer and they had to pay a subscription to use their printer. They bought the ink, they bought the printer, they still had to pay a subscription for the printer to work.
I'm losing my mind over this. Here's what's happening. My partner, I got a new printer. It was an HP. It seemed fine. And I went to print like a packing label or something, and it just wouldn't print at all. And I couldn't, there's no message on my computer that was explaining it.
And the ink is completely full. I replaced it like last week. And the reason it's not printing says payment method needs updating.
Cannot print with the installed cartridge. As you can see, this page is printed fine.
That's infuriating.
Yeah,
I would be so mad if I'm trying to print something out and my printer is like keeps printing out a page that says I can't print. I won't print.
I won't print, exactly.
Maggie's brand new printer had been working normally for 6 months before it suddenly refused to print. She did some digging and realized HP had enrolled her in their ink subscription service called Instant Ink. But Maggie's printer still had ink in it when it stopped working. It turns out that when your Instant Ink subscription expires, or if you cancel it, HP remotely kills your cartridges.
That's when I started Googling it and figuring out like that's a problem other people were having.
The ink that you paid $122 some for, that's in your printer right now, you can't use that.
I have 2 full cartridges that I don't have access to because I canceled HP's Instant Ink monthly service that they want to fuck everybody with.
And I just don't understand how this is even legal. If you really think about it, that's like paying to watch my video and then you get halfway through it and then I tell you you have to find a subscription in order to watch the other half of the video. See how that makes 0 sense? You already paid to watch the video. Why are you paying more money? They already paid to buy the item. Why am I paying more money to use the item? It's crazy. So my fiance, he loves football. He loves the Denver Broncos. If anyone is watching from the Denver Broncos headquarters and want to ever fly him out to see y'all stadium, I think he would love that so much he'll probably self-implode from excitement. So one time I went in his room and I seen him on his phone and he looked like he was in distress. He looked frustrated and I was like, what's wrong? And he was like, I can't watch my football. And I'm like, well, you paid for the NFL ticket. What do you mean you can't watch it? The NFL ticket is like a ticket that's usually around $400 or $500.
It's crazy, man, to actually think that the price is the amount that people pay per monthly or throughout the year or seasonally, like, just to watch NFL, bro. It could potentially cost NFL fans $850 to watch every game of the 2024 NFL season. With $72.99 YouTube TV, that's what I have now. With $349 for an NFL Sunday ticket, $8.99 for Prime Video, which I have that. $5.99 for Peacock, which isn't bad. $10.99 for ESPN Plus with, make that free or take an extra $5 off of that. $6.99 for Netflix.
Apparently with him having the NFL ticket, it didn't matter. Y'all remember Monday Night Football. On Monday night, it was like you can't watch that game with your NFL ticket because it's not a part of it. So you got to buy another subscription. I don't know how many times he has asked me to make a new email so that he can watch the game on a random service that no one's ever, like, who the hell uses Fubo or Fabo, whatever it was called. And so, yeah, basically with all that being said, this some bullshit. Because why are we paying all these subscriptions and money to do something as simple as watch football? First of all, Netflix did this dumb thing where they now make it to where you can't share passwords. You have to be in the same house, and it's a whole thing now. Now, I remember that being a big deal. Like, we've been sharing passwords for years, and all of a sudden, y'all want to crack down on it and then charge us more a month. And then you got subscription services like Hulu. You might as well just get regular cable and pay them every month, because why is Hulu this expensive to get no ads? And then they keep upping the price with that too. Like, it's getting out of hand. There's another type of subscription that I want to talk about, and it's called the premium subscription. There is a lot of services that you cannot use unless you have the premium subscription. When I do my photography and I have to use Photoshop, I cannot get a regular subscription. No. You have to get the premium subscription. Like, why does any other subscriptions even exist if I have to get the premium one to actually do what I need it to do?
If anybody needs to shut the fuck up, it's premium apps, because they've taken it way too far. Now they piss me off. So I got to talk about it. I thought it was disturbing enough that we let society get to a point where we can't even complete everyday basic tasks without needing to download some sort of bullshit app to complete them. Now they just woke up one morning and decide they want to make us all upgrade to premium. Fuck you. No. Would anyone like to explain to me why every month when I go to track my period on my period tracker app, they ask me if I would like to upgrade to premium? Now, why, pray tell, would I ever need to do that, considering the fact I downloaded that app to complete one task that it already completes perfectly adequately as is? So what in God's name could they possibly be adding to my menstruation experience to make it worth $4.99 a month?
One time, I was reading an article, as I like to do. I come across articles all the time. Got to get a premium subscription to finish reading the article. I just think it's messed up how much of a capitalistic society that we live in, where everybody feel like they got to get $1 out of somebody. Now, I've made it obvious that everything and everybody has a subscription now, okay? You probably got some subscriptions that you done forgot about, and I'm going to use a subscription that my fiance has forgotten about. His Planet Fitness gym membership. This man has been paying Planet Fitness faithfully every month on time. So he's had the subscription since like 2021, and it is now going on 2025. So almost 4 years of just getting paid. He ain't been to the gym in how long? A long time. Sorry to put you on the spot, but you know, he ain't been to the gym in a long time. He does not go faithfully. I think with the black card, it's $25 a month. So think about $25 a month for 4 years straight. It is this much. That is insane. Out of all 4 years, he might have been 2 weeks if we accrue all the time together. And they don't even they don't stop it. They don't give a damn. They're just like, oh, okay, well, I feel like that's how they make the majority of the money, is people that don't go, that has started the subscription. It's pretty messed up. I feel like after a while, you should just terminate the contract. You should just terminate it if they aren't showing that they're going. But what sense does that make, y'all? What? What sense does that make? No, you got to keep charging them even though they haven't been since 2022. Oh my God, duh. And then not only that, Planet Fitness make it, oh my God, they make it so hard to cancel. You can't just go in and cancel. You can't just call and cancel. You can't go online and cancel. You have to send off a letter to their headquarters explaining why you want to cancel the membership. Trust me, I've tried it before. But real quick, I just want to say, if you are on that free trial, go ahead and cancel it. There's been too many times I've been scammed out of money. It ain't really scammed. It's just me forgetting to cancel the free trial after like 7 days or 14 days. So go ahead and cancel it. This is your chance. Now, my last and final subscription-based platform that really makes my head turn, I don't really understand the point when the hub is free. Why are we paying for corn? Why are we paying to see some yitties? There's yitties all over the internet for free. Parasocial relationships is one hell of a drug, right? Thank you so much for all of your love and support, as you guys always show under my videos. Thank you so much for liking my engagement post and sharing those kind of words with me. Y'all really made my day, my week, actually. I really, really, really appreciate your love and support on this channel. I know I talk about a lot of things, but I always love your feedback and always love reading your comments. I can't get back to every single one of you guys because they're just pouring in, but I greatly appreciate your love and support with this channel. I hope we continue to grow. So when we hit 50,000, in other words, 50,000 subscribers, I want to do a really big 50,000 subscriber special, either a video or I'm going to go live. Y'all give me some ideas down in the comments below. I have some, but I'm not quite sure yet. So y'all let me know what y'all would want to see from me when we hit that $50,000. Hold on, we're going to get there one day. But 50,000 subscriber milestone. But in order to get there, you got to share and like this video, comment. And again, I appreciate all you guys' support. And I love you capybaras out there. With all that being said, I will see y'all in the next video. Bye. What is that smell? Something don't smell right. Uh-oh. Something don't smell right, y'all. Bitch, it smell like something that's burning up in this house. Hold on. We're gonna have to put pause on this. Hold on, wait that damn minute. Josh!